There were rumors from jump that that character was gonna come back.
Listen, man, this was the best episode they've done. Best one they've done so far.
And this is why me and Ty were like, you need to see this.
Oh,
Bro,
Just watch it.
this one episode
oh,
was better than all previous
But
episodes.
but you know what I really love about this whole entire episode? When they ran the initial credits, they didn't mention Benedict Cumberbatch till the end.
right.
Hmm.
They waited for it to be done. They said also starring Benedict Cumberbatch. I was like, yo, that is the nail on it right there.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
They
Did y'all see
So
the
now-
Did you see the 2 Star Wars planets?
I did. I
Heh.
definitely did.
That
So
was
I
pretty cool.
think now they can pull the different heroes from the different universes to try to help stop this
You're right.
Ultron. But it's kind of like I don't know. I don't even know if it's still gonna be enough because it's kind of like Doctor Strange stopped it. He
There-
destroyed his own universe, but he didn't go to different universes and do what this thing is doing. Like,
But
Right.
here's the thing with Doctor Strange absorbing all those different creatures of power basically put
True.
him at the same level as Ultron in terms of being able to be aware of the Watcher. So
True.
we can theorize that he also has the abilities of transitioning through other universes. That's why he went back to him and said he needed his help.
right?
So I think in the end they're going to pull Captain Carter. They're gonna pull
Mm.
Killmonger. They're gonna pull
Yep.
probably Steve Rogers, Iron Man. They're gonna pull all them folks together to make a multi-universal Avengers.
Yeah, it's weird because it's kind of like a Secret Wars kind of situation too.
Mhm.
It's almost like a Secret Wars situation, but it's gonna be. I still just don't know if it's gonna be enough because. Mm, what was it in Loki that they were talking about? So, okay, what if, hypothetically speaking, Ultron is like, well, I'm smart enough to know that there's another being that is coming, and that could be like an introduction from what they did from Loki, with bringing Jonathan Major's character into the fray.
Okay. Mm.
Because if you're talking about multiverses, like, why not add that little wrinkle in? Because he's gonna have
So
some kind of ice up his sleeve. There's no way he's not.
I mean, I think they already know they're gonna bring Jonathan Majors into it. I don't know if they're going to. I don't think it's gonna matter because remember, if he knows Conqueror is coming, his whole objective is to silence the universe, which
Right.
means if he sees Kang the Conqueror coming, his first instinct is going to kill him the way he killed Thanos. So I don't think that's what's going to matter. One of the theories that I think it's one of the YouTube channels, either New Rockstars or Green Crush, but I think I kind of agree with it. It's a good theory. So I think if they can't beat Ultron, they're going to try to contain him
Mm.
and make it so he cannot traverse the multiverse. You know.
Yeah,
And
but it's
hang
kind of
on.
like
And I think what we see in the intro is that shattering of the multiverses that he can't traverse, which may lead to the multiverse of madness.
um. So the only thing that would make me to believe that is that they can find a way of deterring or getting rid of his Infinity Stones. But it's literally a part of him. It's grafted to him from the point that he even started.
I don't
Um,
I don't think that matters because remember, even Thanos got rid of them, and they weren't grafted to him.
And
Oh, actually,
the part
technically they were grafted to him.
yeah,
the,
that's what I'm
Gauntlet,
saying.
anyway.
right. The part that's tripping me out is I thought they established in Loki
Yep. That's
that those stones don't really do anything if they're not in their
that-
either
y-
timeline or universe.
right,
So
and
if you
that's what I was talking
notice,
about.
right? So if you notice, when he went into the nexus of the multiverses, you realize he didn't really use any of the actual distinctive powers of the stones. He just used them as cosmic energy blasts to fight Uatu, but he never created more uh, drones to fight. He never
Mm.
reversed time. He never really used the
Any of
Mind
those
Stone like he
powers.
did on Thanos. I think from where he was just able to fire off blasts,
So what
and
you're
that was
saying
it.
is that he's gotten to a level beyond even needing the stones. He just has the stones for power's sake.
No, I think the stones. I think the stones took him to. I think you have to remember something. When in our version, Vision has Vision. Jarvis is embedded into to become Vision, and he never really truly masters the Mind Stone. Because I think Jarvis is kind of built off that light side, if you will, of Tony Stark. Ultron, however, got everything he wanted and the Mind Stone, so he was probably able to master it by his sheer will, which
Alexa, light
kind
some.
of like the bad stuff of Tony Stark. So when you have those two different ones, it just shows you Ultron. When Ultron got the rest of the Infinity Stones, he was able to transcend. I just don't. He just wasn't aware of his transcendence until Uatu started talking.
So
'Cause-
but the question though goes back to me though is going back to Loki still though because Kang at that point had said a certain specific thing to Loki is that all the different versions of him in all the different universes had transcended the understanding of their universes and they've been manipulating what that looks like and competing with who should be at the top. And he said at the point that he died, all that was going to be pushed into disarray because again, this person he controlled the TVA. He controlled the people that went into different locations and different versions and different universes to switch it up. He was doing all that. So what I'm saying is that I feel like even then that Kang is something that moment that happened that's going to be taking place in the future if it's not present day. I don't know how long they can't really explicitly show me how much of a gap of where this takes place to present day where Loki is. But I just feel like Kang is something that would go past whatever this is right now. Just based on
well,
how he described himself.
I think Kang has already gone past it because remember, He Who Remains is the version of Kang
Yeah,
that won the multiversal war, which
yeah,
were really just all battles with himself, you
yeah.
know. So at the end of the day, Ultron actually hasn't battled the other variants of himself, really. He's just been battling the Watcher. Him now taking over that area to where Uatu had to go to Doctor Strange for help. Who knows what he may be doing in the meantime till they fight him? He might find other Ultrons, but knowing him, he'd probably try to take them all out, which is kind of the same thing that Kang did. And you could theorize that if Ultron was able to do that and win, he might try to manipulate things in his favor. But the thing is, all he's trying to do all he's trying to do is wipe out multiversal existence. That's it. He's on a program. He's not trying to battle anybody. He's just trying to kill everything off. Kang was trying to fight for who was probably dominant in the universe, and when He Who Remains became the victor, he took control of the timeline to make sure that that level of that apocalyptic level of multiversal war doesn't happen again.
Right.
So he's not in the he's not he's actually trying to prevent what Ultron would do in that instance, which is wipe everything out.
So
That's why I think it's different.
So the other thing that I was gonna say is my only negative about this, and it's technically it works for the narrative of this episode, is I wish there wasn't a fail safe to stop him. I actually wish that there was never a situation, oh, there's this other program that's gonna be able to flip him and take him out of control. I really wish that, they just were fighting until survival, and it just happened to be that he found the Watcher, and the Watcher was talking. And I wish they had never actually found the other AI. It's cool, and it works for this episode, and this is a great episode. But if there was never anything that's his kryptonite, quote unquote, going into the next episode, because I know for a fact going into the next episode, then that's going to be the solve. Like, some kind of way they're going to have to get this AI from that universe to him to try to stop him. I wish there was never anything that existed like that, because then I really wouldn't be able to predict where this is gonna go.
But is there any guarantee though, by the time they get Zola around to him, that it would be able to take him out? Because the thing is, the only way they'll get to really take him out is he has to come into some form of a contact, whether it's technologically or physically, with that one drone. If he's trying to avoid that, he can just swap to another universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All he got to do is just be in the same exact universe as that one drone. But I'm saying that no matter what, like, they wouldn't have introduced him as a deterrent if it wasn't gonna end up happening. Like, that's why I said that. I don't know. I know where it's gonna lead, and I wish I didn't. I think that's my only thing. This is a great episode. This is a 10 out of 10 episode. This is easily. This connects all the other episodes together. This expands where the multiverse situation can be. They could connect it to Kang. They could connect it to Doctor Strange. I mean, even like technically, the Nexus in and of itself is connected to Scarlet. So I don't know. This is a great episode.
It could also
amazing.
It could also be connected to Strange too.
Oh yeah,
Strange in and of itself is probably becoming Nexus being as well.
So yeah,
that episode was incredible.
Yeah, I couldn't believe.
Oh, that episode was fire.
This man Ultron literally bit into a freaking universe and just destroyed it.
Yeah, now that was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
And then when he actually, like, almost immediately afterwards, was that the thing where he was knocking him through universes?
Right, it was.
And then pinned him and was punching him to universes.
Right. I was floored at that fight.
Actually, I think the world he landed on, where Steve Rogers became president, was from that previous episode where the Avengers weren't around, so Loki decided to take over.
Oh.
I think that's that same universe.
I can believe that. Dude. Yeah, this shot right here, if I can pull it up.
Yeah.
It's worth 1,000 words.
Look,
he literally takes a bite out of the galaxy.
Right.
That was one of those what if Ultron became Galactus vibes right there.
No, like real talk.
Man,
real talk.
Man, I saw. Matter of fact, move that forward a little bit to where you see the universe, Sam.
Hold up, let me see.
And the horror on the Watcher's face, dog. She's like, yeah, I don't even believe this is happening.
Right.
Oh crap. Yeah, right there.
That's right there. Tell me that's not Galactus vibes.
That's a
Tell me that's not Galactus
iconic shot.
I think they did that on purpose, man.
Oh yeah, they definitely imply some Galactus type stuff.
And the thing is, that dude consumes nearly dead planets. This dude just took a chunk out of like the Milky Way.
Right.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, nah. That was hype. That was hype.
It just
shot
hit
right
me
there.
too. This is the only time you see anybody that looms anywhere as large as the Watcher.
Yes.
Anybody else do that?
Yeah, anybody else.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. That's so good.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
wild
that was comic magic for
Yeah, it
sure.
was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys were slicing it up, and I was kind of like, man, this Thor episode is just boring the crap out of me. Like,
We were
That's
not.
what I was saying.
I don't.
We were not slicing up Thor
No, no,
that
no, no, no.
episode. I'm just
I,
saying.
it was a chore trying to get through Thor to get to this, and I
It
Hmm
was like,
was.
I hope
It
this
Well,
is
was.
worth it. I
well,
was
we
like, I hope
told.
this is
Look,
worth it.
Jarrell told you straight off. You just needed the last 10 seconds, and we
Exactly.
weren't.
Yeah.
And we said that, but at the same time, I think you can't have that without the Thor episode because the Thor episode is just a good. The Thor episode is Marvel's version of episode 8 of Game of Thrones. It's like the one before the oh crap episode.
It just
Yes.
it didn't have to be so watered down and stupid. It
Oh
didn't
my
have to
god.
be
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I like the fact that they watered it down and made it stupid because there have been such a crazy build and such things that's kind of like it's like they gave you so much pressure. It's like, all right,
Here's
take
a
a
palate
moment.
cleanser. Here's some water.
It's a palate cleanser,
Take
man,
a
and
breath.
I don't have a problem with that because it's like, look, they know we're about to crush y'all. We're about to literally take y'all out with 2 more episodes.
Right.
So instead of just pounding on you, let's just take a breather here. I mean, even the Infinity Saga had its comedic, moments in it. I
True, but
mean,
this was literally was the Thor being a fucking idiot for like 34 minutes straight.
right. But that's the point they were trying to make. It's like
Mhm.
if Loki hadn't been a part of Thor's life and hadn't influenced and then learned the things he would have learned, he would have never gotten in trouble, never
No,
been banished to Earth,
Mhm.
and never matured to the Thor we know kinda today. Because remember, there was still Fat Thor and his depression, his PTSD, which was crazy, but it was
Mhm.
still kind of almost man childish, especially when he was going off on whoever was online with Fortnite. But but
I
at
mean,
the end of the day, at the end of the day, we basically got Thor before he got banished um
That's good.
from Asgard.
But
Like,
the weird thing about that though for me is like even in the first Thor movie, like yeah, he was a goofball, yeah, he was spoiled, but he was at least intelligent.
yeah, he
I could
wasn't
tell
dumb.
that Thor was actually had levels of intelligence. He understood science. He understood, the different aspects of the universe, like in just small
yes,
little conversation. And none of this was in that episode. I was like, this dude,
because remember, he
Dude.
got all of that from dealing with Loki. Loki was never in his life to kind of balance him
No,
out.
but
So he's basically a man child. He doesn't
yeah,
care.
but if you wanted to make a lighter tone, that's fine. But you didn't have to make Thor go full retard. Fucking Matthew McConaughey,
the
fucking
the
Like,
at high
no,
school,
no, yeah, like he was in straight up high school. It's like
like a straight.
honestly, here's what I actually got from it. Thor in that episode was aware of science. He was
Sure.
just still a
Hmm.
lughead anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
he chose.
and yeah, he chose to lean hard on the lughead frat boy persona because like when you heard him talking to Jane, it was like that's when you got to see, oh, he does know a little bit of this science stuff. He does
yeah.
understand what talking about.
Yeah,
Like the
but
reason why he liked Jane was
But he
because she
has
was
like
smart.
a Johnny Bravo level
Yeah.
IQ.
Oh
yeah,
God.
that's
Yeah.
he was
exactly what
Yeah.
he
that was.
right, and
That was
And
exactly
but
what
the
that
thing,
was.
about it is he is still intelligent. They just leaned him. They leaned him
Bruh.
too. They did lean him too far
just
into.
That man couldn't even spell his own name, dog.
No,
Well, technically, he did spell his own name. He like he said it wasn't in
not in
that
that
order.
order.
No, no, no. And this is the
He
thing
was
that
wasted
I
though.
think this is
He
the
was
most
also drunk.
unbelievable part about it for me.
what's
If
that?
there was no Loki, right?
Yeah.
Odin would be dubbing down on this man on being what he needs to be. Like there's no,
Stoic and stuff.
excuses for
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I got this bad sibling, you need to be better. Like, no, like if you do the worst thing, I will come down on you as a dad. And that's the thing. Like to me, I would think that Odin would be like more overbearing on him because he's the only child.
I
Not
think
spoil him. I think that it would be the
no.
opposite.
Right. You're saying he would go Kratos God of War
Yeah,
Atreus on him.
I really
Yes,
do.
you could say that. It's possible. But I also think remember because Loki wasn't there, a lot of the things for him to not go down hard on him upon remember, Thor got kicked out of Asgard because of what he did on Jotunheim.
Yeah.
So now him and Loki are cool. He ain't got no issues on Jotunheim. So he's probably not doing half the crazy mess outside of these parties that his fathers had to come down on him hard upon. But I still think Odin does not, even at his age, trust him enough to rule, which is why he's still doing this Odin sleep and regaining his strength. But it's not just a matter of you're about to cause another war I've been trying to avoid for for thousands of years. It's more so like, dude, you're still a kid. Grow up. He's literally treating him like Atreus, like, boy, you're not ready. That's basically what
Boy.
he's doing. It's not at the same level, you know. And to be honest, I don't even think Odin really wants to give up that seat anyway. So yeah, they leaned into it, but they leaned hard into the Johnny Bravo do the monkey with me, but you know, I still think it was a good palate cleanser after
I
the
guess so.
interdimensional squid from the interdimensional squid, Captain Carter becoming Captain Carter,
Freaking
Steve
zombies.
Rogers becoming Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and learning of absolute points.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
it's not
They,
even
they,
the
That
fact that
was
he
dark.
absorbed
That
all
was
them
so
monsters.
dark.
It was the fact that he did everything he could to
mhm.
change that, and he just found out she was an absolute point.
I felt
You
like
know,
that drink was a whole episode of Tokyo, a whole season of Tokyo Revengers in one little
right,
episode.
right. Like it,
I
it
don't know.
between all of that, it's just between Killmonger and the whole playing chess while I'm playing chess, y'all playing checkers moves he was doing. And on top of the fact he killed two brothers. Like, come on, bruh. Come on, man. All them people out there you could have shot. You shot T'Challa and you shot Rhodey. Man,
I mean,
look, crabs in a barrel
look,
mentality. So after all of that,
Listen,
we
all I know
finally
is
get a
that
little break. It's like we literally just get a break. We just needed a break. It was fine.
the only episodes that I thought were
And the
legitimately worth
zombies.
something was the zombie episode. Clearly, this one. I like the Peggy Carter one. I like the one where all those Avengers were being killed secretly
Yep.
by Hank
There's
Pym.
that too.
That was super
I was
dope.
like,
Oh
wait,
man, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but everything else, like I could I could sort of just leave it at the door, to be honest with you. But the episodes I mentioned, those were fire, though,
yeah.
undeniably. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, especially the whole twist with the Avengers dying,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, that
So,
was sick. That
and the
was
only reason I think that planet, that universe is the same one where Steve Rogers becomes um president is because at the end of the one where Loki takes over and the Avengers are killed, remember, because there's no Avengers there's no one to defend, and I think that at the end of that, remember at the end of that, Nick Fury called in Captain Marvel and they basically thawed out Captain America. So I think Captain America fought Loki, beat Loki, and then turned around and became president.
Hmm.
mm,
Because this is the only time we really see him as Captain America.
mm. Well, on that note, I'm gonna end
Yeah.
this recording, um, and eventually post this.
You've been watching Team JVS.
Hopefully, you guys
right.
have enjoyed this commentary of the last episode, which again I rated a 10 out of 10. Um, I'm curious to see where the ninth episode goes. I don't have anything more.
Hmm.
Yes, indeed.